The Evangelical Association advised against protesting Jamaican artist Alkaline. Prime Minister Skerrit says government will not interfere with Alkaline's visit unless he poses a threat to national security. And a veteran musician demands greater respect and exposure from the local media. I am Idona Baptist with the Channel 5 News. Details coming up.
Juicy, drink today. Juicy, same great taste. Juicy, the original drink. It's an island thing.
Get your red and banana,
Pineapple, juicy cola,
orange or apple,
juicy for you
and for your neighbor.
It's an island thing. Enjoy it juicy, the original island thing.
Juicy!
The one night of the year, WWE gets extreme. Two legends. One destiny.
It's a double whammy! Mapping 2K4 presents 2-in-1 pay-per-view events, WWE Extreme Rules on April 26th, and another beatdown boxing match between Floyd Mayweather and Manny Pacquiao on May 2nd, 2015. Book your pay-per-view spots today for this WWE Extreme action on April 26th and the Victory Boxing match on May 2nd. Only $57.50, yes, only $57.50. Grab that deal, grab that deal. Sign up today. It's only on pay-per-view. Channel 105 and 21. Mapping terms and conditions apply.
You remember what you did to me?
Shopping is a lot easier with Courts Ready Finance. Choose what you want from our wide range of quality products and we take care of the rest. Courts Ready Finance's affordability means there's no deposit. There's no need for a lump sum of cash. It's flexible, which means you choose your payment term and you're guaranteed the lowest monthly payments anywhere. Best of all, it's easy. Easy to get and easy to pay. Shop at Courts today and get what you want hassle-free. Courts Ready Finance. Easy, affordable, flexible.
Welcome back. Topping the news. A Jamaican who has pastored the Canefield Gospel Mission Church for the past 50 years is calling on the Dominican Association of Evangelical Churches to choose preaching over protesting.
Jamaican Pastor Newman Johnson was speaking on the planned protest action of the association against the performance of Jamaican dancehall artist Alkaline on May 2. Pastor Johnson says protesting doesn't prevent people from attending the event.
Doesn't matter what a man does, man's lifestyle. If he hears the message that I deliver and repents and turn to God, that person not a problem. The kind of music that the man plays wouldn't be a problem to him. He wouldn't want to go there. Stay away. But those people who choose to go, that's their right. We must just respect people's right to do what they want, as long as they do not violate the law of the land. People must respect people's right.
The pastor says he's not trying to prevent the association from protesting, but that does not win souls.
But if you preach the gospel, somebody will believe it and be saved. And if a man believes the gospel, God saved him, you don't have to worry about that. He's not going to want to mess up with those kind of foolishness there. And the Lord save you, change you from within. He gives you greater perspective, higher things to live by. He takes you to the next level.
Pastor Johnson had this to say to the Association of Evangelical Churches.
Just keep on preaching, and as you preach, back up your word with your life, and all will be well. Some will believe, some won't believe. If some people will choose to go to hell, that's their choice. Respect their right to go. That's their right. If you choose to go to hell, fine, it's your right. Tell him how not to go. So if he were to choose not to want to go, he would know how. But protesting, not going to stop him from going.
Meanwhile, Prime Minister Roosevelt Skerrit says the government of Dominica will not prevent Jamaican artist Alkaline from performing here.
Prime Minister Skerrit says the Evangelical Association needs to inform itself on the revised Treaty of Chagaramas. Under the revised Treaty of Chaguaramas, artists have the right to free movement anywhere in the Caribbean unless they pose a national security threat to a country.
I have not seen any report from the police here or from the regional security system to indicate to me as Prime Minister that alkaline is a national security threat. So the government has no basis to prevent alkaline from coming into the country.
The Prime Minister says Jamaican citizens are part of CARICOM and therefore have the right to free movement. Skerritt says the churches should not feel threatened by someone coming to perform for one day.
If you have 364 days to preach, I think you need to preach more and preach the word in a manner in which your following will not be strayed by somebody who you consider to be somebody who the country should not allow to come in, or people should not go to listen to. So I don't think that we should be engaging ourselves in this discussion. Certainly, the government is not going to take any action.
He says he is willing to meet with the Evangelical Association.
I have no difficulty in meeting them if they want to meet with me or the Minister for National Security. We have no difficulty in meeting with them. But just to say that they will not get us to take a decision based on what they say. We have to take a decision based on what the law says. And the law says that if the person is not of national security threat, the person must be allowed to come in and to leave the country with no difficulty. And this is what the situation is. We cannot prevent them from coming to the country.
Still on the music scene, a veteran musician is crying foul on what he considers a lack of respect and exposure for local artists by the media. Band manager of Fanatic Band and music producer Cornell Phillips says an experience he had on a local radio station show Monday night has left a sour taste in his mouth.
I went on Vibes Radio, right, to promote the Crazy Love Rhythm, right? A compilation of 100% Dominican artists, right? Most of them living in Dominica, some of them living abroad. Eventually, a promoter, the management of the radio station called the DJ, RS Digital, or text him and told him that I got enough promo on the program to wrap it up.
Phillips says he had spent almost 2 hours on the musicology show when his stint was brought to what he considers an abrupt end. The show runs from 8 p.m. to midnight. He says it was his intention to give the public a sample of all 22 songs of the Crazy Love album.
The reason why it pisses me off is because the same DJs that are on the radio station, a rhythm will come out from Jamaica with how many artists on it? And they will play song after song after song from all these artists on that one rhythm, which is not local, it's from Jamaica or wherever it is from, right? And they would say, they would give a history. Sometimes I feel I'm in a history class with the artists on that rhythm. It is my passion to help Dominican artists because back in my days being with WCK, touring with WCK, I had my experiences. And I do not want these artists to experience the bad experiences that I had.
Meantime, RS Digital, the host of Musicology, told Channel 5 News that at no point in time Philip would have been allowed to promote the entire album. The DJ told us that he invited Philip on the show because he believes in his product. However, he says Philip is blowing the matter out of proportion. RS Digital also says Philip could have even returned on another one of his shows to focus on another aspect of the rhythm, but not spend an entire show promoting the album. Channel 5 News has since understood that Vibes Radio has a policy as it relates to free promotion. The company's management has agreed to allow musicians 15 minutes free airtime to promote their material, after which they would pay for any additional time. Meantime, General Manager of DBS Radio, Cecil Joseph, believes the media has done quite a lot in terms of promoting music by local artists, but he believes more could be accomplished if both sides came together to chart the way forward.
Mr. Joseph spoke to Channel 5 News against the background of charges by one local artist of an alleged lack of respect for local artists. Joseph says DBS Radio has played and continues to play an integral role in promoting Kadas and Bouillon music, even to the point of being criticized for doing so.
So it's rather unfair and unfortunate that some people might not see the need to say thanks to the media house for the work that they're doing. But we have to also understand that the media is for everybody. So we cannot find ourselves playing 75% of local music. It is not fair. We have a society that we have to make provision for, and by making provision for them, you have people who love the jazz, you have people who love the reggae, you have people who love the kadas, some people love the compa, some people love the zouk. So we have to make provision. Fortunately for Dominica, in terms of the genres of music, we have every one of them.
Joseph says he would understand a call for the media to increase the amount of local music played, but there are certain considerations which must be taken into account.
There's copyrights, and in reference to copyrights, as an institution, we have to guide ourselves and guard ourselves, because the same set of people who say to you that you don't play their music or you seldomly play their music, they are the ones that will come to you, maybe take you to the courts to get from you the pittance that is owed to them. I want to say, while that is right, because most of them do singing for their living and they should be paid for doing, but it's not supposed to be a vicious world. It should be where we could marry your rights to your song, and we given the opportunity to make the other wider world know what Dominica produced.
Mr. Joseph says both the local artists and media play a key role, and collaboration is the way forward.
And executive member of the Eastern Caribbean Collective Organization for Music Rights says ECHO cannot impose on the media what type of music to play, but it would be gratifying if they made a conscious choice to play as much local music as possible.
Clearly, not all local music can be played year-round, so we asked Mr. Marie why it was so difficult to produce local music which has year-round appeal.
Kadas music can do it, because if you listen to the song Ophelia, Go Out in the Exile, what and so on do, they're not limited in time or space, and because there's a whole range of topics that can be sung about and are sung about that people can play pretty much anytime. The bouillon is becoming now so associated with carnival and jump up and so on there that it's kind of difficult to play it in another setting. You know,
kind of jarring on a Sunday
yes, right. Or even people want to go to dance because it's really music to jump up.
Meantime, Marie says budding artists must seek to compete rather than imitate overseas artists. He says young local artists are poorly imitating foreign artists instead of sticking to local music.
You ain't gonna sing Beyonce's song better than Beyonce. Yeah, you don't have the accent, you don't have the style, you don't have the band playing for you that have the groove. You could play calypso, kada, soca, bouillon, and you have the groove and do it good, and people will like it. When you come with some second-rate reggae or fourth-rate R&B, you cannot compete against the original thing. I would advise the local performers who want to be taken seriously that they ought to be performing music that they are comfortable with and that they can excel at, rather than become second-rate Beyonce's or fourth-rate Rihanna.
This is Channel 5 News. Coming up on the Channel 5 News, details on the IRC's latest consultation. Stay with us.
When life moves fast, you need something to keep up with you. That's why you need the MyLime app. Remember the days of lining up to top up your phone? Well, not anymore. Now you can top up to start talking the night away. How about those pesky bills for postpaid? If you'd like to look at your entire bill, press download. Do you have that friend that always spams you for phone credit? Let's send them some credit. Need to post your selfies online? How about getting a data bolt on? Using the MyLime app takes less than 10 seconds. Now go forth and text, WhatsApp, and watch videos. My life, my way, MyLime.
I love family traditions, don't you? The fun you have when you're all together, preparing a meal that you'll all enjoy. Having the right kitchen appliances help bring it all together, and you can find them at Quartz. Appliances that give you more, fridges that keep food fresher, stoves that cook meals better. At Quartz, you get the world's best brands at the best prices. I love that, and you will too. For small and large kitchen appliances, Quartz, bringing value home.
Thanks for staying with us. The Independent Regulatory Commission will make a final decision next week on the weighted average cost of capital and investment plans for DOMLEC. The IRC held its second consultation in a month on Tuesday to seek further input from stakeholders on the electricity company's investment plans and other operational issues. The IRC will accept responses on DOMLEC's weighted average cost of capital and investment plans until April 16, 2015. This will guide the regulatory body to identify any issues to be considered before completing its final decisions on April 23.
The way forward is that the staff of the commission would prepare a document to submit to the commission, and based on that, the commission is going to make the decision as to what weighted average cost of capital they give DOMLEC, as well as what they do with the investment plan. Once the commission make a decision, that's it. Yes, I mean, you always have recourse to the courts. That's why the commission is very deliberate in what it does, and that's why it's transparent. That's why it takes all views on board. And we don't try to rush to any judgment. We listen to DOMLEC, and we make a reasonable decision.
One of the more burning issues from the consultation had to do with DOMLEC's returns or weighted average cost of capital that takes into consideration the company's cost of equity and debt.
DOMLEC was proposing initially 33% debt and 66.9% equity. But the arguments that have been made is that equity is costlier than debt. So the commission at the last time was proposing that, look, it's better, we're proposing 58% debt and 62% equity. So the persons on that were at the consultation figure we should go a little higher, because shareholders demand a greater return because of risk involved. Who would have to pay for this is, it's the ratepayers.
In other developments, Cuba-CARICOM relations are likely to expand once the United States normalizes dealings with Cuba. Cuba's ambassador to Dominica says he is optimistic about the process to re-establish diplomatic relations with the U.S. He acknowledges, however, the main step is to end the U.S. blockade on Cuba, which is still in place.
We as a government, Cuban government, cannot use U.S. dollar. American citizens cannot go free to Cuba. They have to request permission to the State Department. So the embargo is still there. President Raul was during the America Summit. He said that. So the embargo is still alive, and we have to continue fighting to end the embargo. It will take some time.
Cuba and CARICOM have shared long-standing foreign relations. Summits between Cuba and CARICOM are held every 3 years, and every 2 years, Caribbean ministers of foreign affairs also meet in Cuba. Ambassador De La Rosa says an end to the U.S. trade embargo on Cuba will bring about a strengthened socio-economic impact for the Caribbean community.
Since 1959, we started this scholarship program with different countries. We have a high level in education, in health, cultural, sport, that we can do. So can you imagine what will happen the day that Cuba doesn't have the blockade? Everything will be different. We will do more for not only for the Caribbean countries, even Latin America, Africa, Asia, we can do more. For us, the relationship with the Caribbean country is very, very important for us. So we will do everything in order to increase and to expand the relationship with the Caribbean countries, let us say with the CARICOM.
And finally, family and friends said their final goodbyes to well-known costume builder Michel Rafoul on Wednesday.
An outpouring of love and affection displayed at St. Gerald's Hall Wednesday for the funeral of the late Michel Rafoul. His Excellency President of Dominica, Charles Savra, and his wife, along with government representatives, attended the funeral service. The leading carnival costume builder died Easter Monday, almost 2 years after he suffered a stroke. The 51-year-old was the first president of the cultural drama group Théâtre Pawol, a position he held for 8 years. Alex Bruno has described Michel Rafoul as a cultural giant, a beacon of hope, an effective team builder, a motivator, and a true exemplary leader. Alex says he was happy to have shared many priceless moments with Michel. He says they fought many battles and achieved countless successes and failures. He says the Michel he knew did not dwell in the domain of defeat.
That's news. Your sporting highlights is next.
In Domino's, teams 007 and Dolphins continue their prime performances in the Red Cap Rum Freehand Domino League as games continued this week. Tuesday at Martians Bar, 007 took Game 1 with 71 doors, with D-Stars following with 70, and Bay Boys with 59 in third place. Game 2 saw Giants winning with 77 doors, Remix in second place with 77 as well, and Green City had 74 doors. Dolphins walked away with Game 3, totaling 75 doors. Baby Boys also had 75 doors in second place, and Attackers followed with 66 doors. So far, 007 and Dolphins lead the league's points table with a month of games to go. And in football, 2 teams rose to the victor's podium in the first 3 games in the All-Island League this week. Gerald George has more.
Goodwill All-Stars and Digicel Newton Juvenile Academy recorded wins last night in the DFA All-Island League. Goodwill All-Stars defeated Fokole Classics 4-1 in the first match of a doubleheader at the Buffet State playing field. Garel Barrel scored in the first half to give Goodwill a 1-0 advantage at the interval. In the second half of play, Goodwill got 3 more goals through Chris Wicks, Michael Phillip and Shane Cochran to complete a comfortable victory. Christopher Abraham pulled one back for Fokole in the second half. In the second match of the night, White River Ballers of Delis and Wayne George Academy played 2-2 all draw. Fabio Francis and Joel Yusef scored for White River Ballers, with Conaldo Thomas and Fitzgerald scoring for Wayne George Academy. Meanwhile, at the Newton playing field, Chris McIntyre registered a hat-trick to pilot Digicel Newton Juvenile Academy to a 5-1 victory over Haitian Angels. Reinhard Regis and Owen Maffey completed the scoring for Newton Academy. Domel Joseph scored for Haitian Angels.
And in secondary schools cricket, in an effort to improve the quality of cricket at secondary schools, the sports division is starting off a mentorship program during this year's Under-15 Championship. Dominica recently placed second at the Windward Island Under-15 cricket tournament. Sports coordinator Trevor Shillingford congratulated the home team and explained that work remains to be done at the grassroots level so that cricket can continue to develop.
Now this year, as part of the program, we are introducing what we refer to as a mentorship program. The mentorship program is one in which we at the sports division, we are assigning mentors to the various school teams, cricket teams. And we have secured the services of 5 current and former national cricketers, and also 1 certified cricket coach. And these mentors will work with the various schools during the matches.
Shillingford says that sports teachers are not always versed at cricket coaching.
It is something that's a bit unfortunate because I mean in Dominica we have not had a level 1 coaching course in almost pretty close to 10 years, and that is something that needs to be addressed. So what we are doing in the interim, since we realize that a number of the schools do not have sports teachers that are certified or trained in the area of cricket, this has been having a negative impact on the quality of the cricket that is coming from our secondary schools.
The aim of the mentors, he says, is to reverse that trend. And in West Indies cricket, Jermaine Blackwood knocked his way to a maiden test 100 Wednesday as West Indies tried to meet England's 399 runs. Despite the young Barbadians' courageous 112 not out, the Windies' lower order crumbled before tea, leaving England with a 104-run lead. Other contributors to the Windies were 259, Shiv Chandapal 46 and Craig Brathwaite 39. James Treadwell 4 for 47 was England's peak of the bowling. The region side now needs a valiant but consistent effort with the ball to come close to a victory in this first test.
It's time now to check the weather.
Good evening, viewers. Thanks for joining us for this evening weather broadcast. I am your presenter, Malaika Laron. Taking a look at earlier satellite imagery which showed low-level clouds which moved across the region, resulting in occasional cloudy skies over Dominica today. Radar imagery indicated shower activity mainly across the northern portion of the region. Tonight, the weather is expected to be fair to partly cloudy and slightly hazy with a few scattered showers. Tomorrow, similar conditions are expected. Temperatures are expected to peak near 29 degrees. Sea conditions are expected to be moderate with waves peaking near 7 feet. For the next 3 days, a high-pressure system will continue to be the dominant feature, resulting in fair to partly cloudy skies. Shower activity, if any, is expected mainly during the cooler morning period. For the rest of the Caribbean, expect fair to partly cloudy skies with a few brief scattered showers, mainly across the northern portion of the chain, while partly cloudy to cloudy skies with a few scattered showers can be expected across the southern portion of the chain. International cities forecast. Expect clear skies in New York, London and Beijing, and partly cloudy skies in Miami and Caracas. The sun will rise tomorrow at 5:50 a.m. and will set at 6:20 p.m. For more information, contact us at 447-5555 or visit our website at weather.gov.dm. Thanks for viewing and have a pleasant night.
To end news, the headlines again. The Evangelical Association advised against protesting Jamaican artist Alkaline. Prime Minister Skerritt says government will not interfere with Alkaline's visit unless he poses a threat to national security. And a veteran musician demands greater respect and exposure from the local media. Send your questions and comments to news@marpin2k4.com. You can also access the news on the Turn Up 767 app. On behalf of the production team, I am Idona Baptist. Thanks for watching. Join us again tomorrow.